Swag Tips is going to be here too, so we're going to talk to him a little bit about possibly Metagross's moveset Meteor Mash. So be on the lookout for that.
All right, get close to me, Ryan. Get close to me. What's up, everybody? It is Go Ranger Matt. You are watching episode 3 of the Go Ranger Report. I am out here with Swag Tips. Do you go by Swag Tips? What do I call you on the internet?
You can call me Ryan Swag or Swag Tips.
Ryan Swag, Swag Tips, Ryan, whatever you want to call him. The long story short is we are out here in downtown Waukesha with the Southeastern Wisconsin crew playing a little bit of Beldum Community Day. We're going to be out here for the full 3 hours. And then we're gonna evolve a ton of Meteor Mash Metagross because I've heard that it's actually awesome.
It's actually quite busted. They changed the stats from what they're telling us, 90 base power, to 100 base power. Now it's as good as Frenzy Plant, and it makes Metagross one of the top DPS Pokemon in the game.
Isn't it, what is it, like number 4?
Of Pokemon that are currently in the game, it's like number 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
It's as powerful as a Shadow Claw Gengar or a Shadow Ball Mewtwo.
Dope! So, we're gonna go out, we're gonna catch some stuff. I'm probably gonna have Ryan dive in a little bit on some specifics and how awesome it is. Do a little bit of kind of like an actual math analysis. Maybe you'll throw in some graphs and cool stuff.
I'll do my best.
But we'll see you guys on the other side. Time to go catch some Beldum.
3 hours. Be good?
I'm always good.
Alrighty.
All right, so we are back. We have been playing. We are at, let's see.
We got like a half hour left.
We got like 40 minutes left, 37 minutes left.
The event is ending soon.
The event is ending in like 35 minutes, something like that. We're still over here shiny checking a little bit. I'm up to 12, so I'm pumped about that.
I only got 5, but we all can't be as lucky as Matt here.
I try. So we wanted to talk a little bit more about Meteor Mash and just kind of what it brings to the game. So we've already talked about how high of a DTO that the move brings, or no,
The DPS
I don't know
DTO.
all of the acronyms and the fancy numbers. I'm good at the app stuff. Ryan is good at like math and graphs and just swagging. That's about it. So dude, you want to dive into a little bit of detail and just tell us about kind of like why this thing is so busted?
So, it's not only good for having such great DPS, but because it's so tanky and it has so many good resistances, it's going to end up being one of the better raid counters for a lot of raids. So like think about how Rayquaza and Dragonite just show up in random raids where they don't have effectiveness. It's going to be like that.
What does that mean?
It means it's going to be really good just about all the time.
Oh, okay, so you're talking about how like because not much hits it hard, it'll just last longer.
It not only that, but it hits hard itself. So it's thick, it's got resistances, and it punches you hard. So it's like if you're up against a raid boss where it's like, you know, some grass type counter is really good, well Metagross will be there, right behind it. Sort of like, you know, C rank, but you may as well just use it instead of maxing out whatever the best thing is.
Gotcha, so it's gonna be a little bit more of like general.
Yeah.
So like if I'm building a general raid squad where like I just want something that just like takes down raids.
Think about it like a steel type Rayquaza.
All right, deal.
Yeah,
deal.
And it's got some good synergy too, because Rayquaza is weak to Fairy, Ice, and Dragon, while Metagross resists Fairy, Ice, and Dragon. So wherever you can't bring in your Dragonites or your Rayquazas, you can bring in your Metagrosses. Unless it's a steel type Pokemon, because they resist both, so. Dialga, be blessed.
Be blessed. All right, so definitely I'm gonna be evolving kind of as many of these things as I can. I think about like 1,200 candy right now, so I think I'm gonna evolve like all my shinies, that way I have some trade fodder too. We'll see what's up.
I still gotta stat check mine.
So what about like math stuff? Did you want to talk about any fantasy like graphs that I can like just put in front of our
on here with some movie
in
magic.
front of our faces?
Well, I did update the Regirock graph that I did initially from Meteor Mash, where I had all the different kind of compositions it could have. Well, I made an updated version using the new stat rebalance from October, which we should be getting back soon, eventually.
Hopefully. You can find that in the app if you don't know about that. That's the stat rebalance is coming down. Everything kind of got changed around. CPs will change, stats will change. Find that in the app at the Be on the Lookout For section. Sorry, totally cut you off.
Be on the lookout. But yeah, so updating it, you can see very clearly that Metagross now completely dominates this raid. It used to be one of the worst counters, but because of how powerful Meteor Mash is, it is now one of the greatest. Actually, no, not one of the greatest. It is the greatest counter to the Regirock raid. So,
no, like, that's Regirock, though.
Regirock. And
I thought we all hated the Regis.
We all hated it, but that's, metal doesn't get a whole lot of effectiveness in. So it's like ice, fairy, rock. So these are like the raids that it actually performs optimally in.
And then you said this thing is good. This thing is good against Blissey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be one of the better Blissey counters. So you're trading off some of the time to win for having higher tankiness. So you can go into the Blissey battle and not even have to dodge or think or anything. Take it out. And Machamp, you actually have to pay a little bit of attention with, so...
So if I'm using Metagross to take down a Blissey, take down a gym, basically I just need less of them. So like one big Metagross is probably better than
one big
like
Metagross.
two.
Unless it's like a fully motivated gym, but...
I try to stay fully motivated all the time, Ryan.
Dang. Take the motivation down.
Alright, well hey, we're still shiny checking a little bit here, so excuse us while we just glance down at our phones every 3 seconds and try to see if we're good here. Because I gotta go home early.
Yeah, you gotta get out of here, man.
I gotta get out of here. Anything else you wanted to like add to any of this stuff?
Not a whole lot. I guess overall, a lot of people are gonna be asking, well, how will Dialga compare? Because it got Metal Claw and Iron Head, and Dialga cannot compare. Metagross just completely blew it out of the water. So now we got the Virgin Dialga and the Chad Metagross. Just ruling the school here.
Do I have to cut whatever that was out?
Are you like, is Virgin not family friendly?
I have no idea. Alright,
we got Chad.
What was my last question? So is this like just the best steel type in general then?
Not only the best steel type, but one of just the best Pokemon period now.
Alright, so
the busted Meteor Mash.
If you have these things, by the time this video is out, you will have lost the opportunity to get the Meteor Mash. So hopefully you got a lot of Meteor Mash. If not, be on the lookout to trade your buddies to see if you can get those Meteor Mash Metagross. We do get an extra hour this time around. Yeah. That's gonna be good. I'm gonna try to like fly home. I gotta watch the kiddos, and I'm gonna sit there and do some appraisals.
Lots of lucky trading between me and my squad. So.
All right.
Oh yeah, and if you did miss out on Meteor Mash Metagross, don't feel too bad. Even though it is like a super ubiquitous attacker, and it does everything really well. When you go into a raid battle, you're still going to want to use a specialized counter to get like the most benefit. So if you're not lazy mode, then you're still good, you know? Like if you're fighting, I don't know, what's a good, like a Mewtwo, right? You want to use Tyranitar still. Metagross will be a good counter to Mewtwo. Tyranitar is going to be better, so.
All right, sweet. So, swag tips, Ryan Swag, the Swag Master. Where can we find you?
You can find me at my
other than right here.
You can find me at home. My home address is you can find me on YouTube, Swag Tips. You can find me on Twitch, Swag Tips. You can find me on Twitter, SWGTIPS. Somebody already had Swag Tips.
Dude, you had to lose the A, bro?
Yeah, I had to lose the A.
That's all right.
And the account's dead. Nobody uses it. It's got 2 posts. Come on! Come on! And Facebook, Swag Tips.
All right, sweet.
All right, I'm back home. I tried to find a quiet corner to hang out in. I've done all my appraisals, and sadly, nothing with good IVs, but we did manage to actually get 15 shinies. I go plus a couple on the way home, so I evolved 11 of them. So here we are rocking everything from a 2795 Metagross, all with the special move, all the way down to a 1006. I evolved a lot of my shinies just because I didn't have any good high IV ones. I think the best high IV one I had was like 87 with perfect attack. So I did evolve that one as well, but 11 of the shinies. For the other shinies I am keeping. We'll see how that goes. But hey, thanks for tuning in. I did want to throw a little contest though, kind of not really a contest, but a little something. If you guys want to subscribe to the Go Ranger channel and then leave a comment in the comment section below, with the name that you want me to name this 2,795 CP Metagross. So subscribe to the channel, leave a comment with a name. I'm gonna pick one comment and I'm gonna name this Metagross whatever that comment was. So if you want to name it something ridiculous, totally feel free. Leave that in the comments below, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.